Hi, this is Kevin Kwan, founder of Tech Ranch here in Austin, Texas. I'm with Matt Salaire from Flinders University in the New Ventures Institute. He's the director of the New Ventures Institute in Adelaide, Australia. Part of what we're here to talk about today is building global bridges. Now, part of my awareness of this process started out 20 years ago when I was an entrepreneur based here in Austin, and I had a really advanced technology. This database technology was very, very advanced, but the problem was I couldn't find the early adopter customers that I wanted to connect to here in Austin. I happened to connect into a bank in Mexico, and because of that connection into Mexico, I actually got my first $250,000 customer. It's because of that I had the opportunity to actually do something that I wouldn't be able to do any other way on getting that startup off the ground. Mm-hmm. What we see possible is what we're building right now on these bridges that we're building together.
Mm-hmm. And you know, Adelaide and Austin as sister cities since '83, there's a wonderful base on which to build. You know, our cities are similar. Adelaide just won the most innovative city in the country. Australia's been named one of the most creative cities in the countries in the world. It was just awarded that recently. There's a whole host of similarities between how our two cities work that mean that these sort of connections are easy to make. The active ecosystem of entrepreneurs in Austin is particularly dynamic. You know, we've brought over a whole bunch of entrepreneurs to South by Southwest and to visit you and others for the last couple of years, and they're really important linkages to make. But I think what we've been exploring, you know, weekly really over Skype calls over the last 12 months is really how do you deepen that? How do you find ways to make those connections really sustainable and really large? So we've had an intern here, so an NVI student based in Tech Ranch for the last 4 months, you know, Jeremy, and he's done a brilliant job of helping us bring together more programmatic structural elements there. We've had you participate in the research at speed dating, which I know you loved. A wonderful way to just get a sense of the capabilities that are linked to the university that NVI offers.
Yeah, I mean, one of the exciting things about Flinders is that it's in the top 2% research universities in the world, right? Yeah. And so from my standpoint of always being the pioneering technologist who's brought all these different technologies to market, it was real exciting to actually participate in that speed dating event. I had to wake up a little early, but other than that...
Thank you for that.
It was... But the thing that was actually impressive is out of the 20 researchers I talked to, there were 3 immediate opportunities to take forward. And we actually have entrepreneurs here in Austin that are looking at and tying into those technologies for actually really driving this forward.
Absolutely.
And even today, here at the Tech Ranch, an opportunity for one of our technology startups created an opportunity that they need someone on the other side of the world. A company called GiftNix actually was saying, hey, this is what we need, and just by even just the chance happening, it created this opportunity to actually drive business in both locations.
Which validates the concept of this landing pad. This, you know, the landing pad for Austin-based startups to come into the Australian market and launch into Asia. You know, our strong connections into a bunch of the Southeast Asian and India and China is amazing. But also for Adelaide companies to come into Austin, launch into the US market, and of course your strong connections into Latin America. I mean, there's a whole raft of opportunities that are there, not least of which the connection in an environment like Tech Ranch and also our New Venture Institute in our Envision space. So there's all these possible synergies. We had a great discussion with Austin City Council today in the economic development area, and that is a real tangible economic development outcome from that type of global bridge. So if we can start to build, you know, these relationships where Austin, Adelaide and Singapore link, and Austin, Guanajuato, Adelaide, Dresden, you know, we start to think about the transfer of knowledge, the transfer of startups, the transfer of entrepreneurs across these bridges that would otherwise be far more difficult to navigate on their own. So
yeah, and that's exactly it. You know, with my personal focus is how can we actually change the world for the better? How is it we can actually bring 100,000 solutions to world problems? Part of my excitement about that is to see quite advanced technology that actually can solve real human need and also create good business out of that. So, you know, we're really excited about what's happening. We'll tell you more about it as it comes. Matt, thank you for being here this week. It's been an honor to get to work with you. I'm real excited about what we're getting to do. So thank you for your investment of time, and here's to the future that we're creating together.
Absolutely. Thanks, mate.
Good job.